All lights are on. All red light on air lights are on.
All red on air lights are on.
Yep, they're on now, and it's time. So here goes in 3, 2, 1.
Half of me likes a full-size feminine napkin. Half of me likes a pad that's a lot more comfortable. Introducing Sure and Natural Maxi Shields. Now you can have a full-size feminine napkin.
We're being taken prisoner by a tree.
Ladies, we heard you. This is the morning stream.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the morning stream for Wednesday, June 24th, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson, and that happens to be Brian Ibbett. Hi.
Hi. So, a couple things about that opening audio clip you just played.
Yeah.
First of all, it's very disturbing. Second of all, it reminds me of two things.
Okay.
John Malkovich a little bit.
Oh, weird.
And not in voice, but in cadence.
Okay. The speed at which he delivers his lines.
The speed at which he exactly delivers his words.
Okay.
Second of all, I wish you would join it with the audio that we kept when we film sacked House on Haunted Hill or whatever it's called.
All right, you got it. I'm gonna put that in my notes.
Like when the devil was possessing that woman.
Very similar.
It sounded like shit. It was a very similar.
Yep, her shit thing is totally like that.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you thought of that because maybe I'll go do that. This sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I like doing dumb things, so I may as well do it. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're back. It's Wednesday.
Hi.
Got a lot going on for a Wednesday. Wednesdays are crazy in general, so that's how we start them, is with this little bit of crazy. And we're happy to be here, and we hope you're all well. I got a thing I want to do right off the top of the thing, because people know I'm a sucker for this. So if you sense a pattern on who I will promote and who I won't, well, here you go. All right. We got an email from, or a message I got over Twitter, actually, a private message from Senkayoshi, I think is how you say it.
Senkyoshi.
Senkyoshi. He's in the chat room a lot, so the name may be familiar to some of you in the live chat. I'm not sure. But anyway, he sent me this message, and he said, "Hey, Scott, my kids have been working on their own YouTube channel under the quarantine. So while they're, been stuck there, been working on this thing. They are 14 and 16 years old and would love some followers. Can you help them get some viewers? Thanks so much. I love that they are working on content creation while they can't be with their friends and do so much other socializing. They are also learning how to use tools like Creative Cloud and how to produce their content. I'm a proud dad," says Senkiyoshi. Well, we're proud to do it. All right, so these kids started what appears to be a channel there's a lot of Fortnite going on here, for sure. However, the name of it you want to go search for is Dub Gaming, D-U-B Gaming. Currently, they have 17 subscribers. I would love to blow their minds and give them a ton more, because you guys all went right over there right now and did it. Now in the chat room, even you alone. There it is. Senkiyoshi's in the chat. Nice.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Senkyoshi.
There's the link. So it's one of those long YouTube links that are hard to decipher. So saying it on the air for people listening at home isn't going to really work. So here's what you're going to want to do. Just search for Dub Gaming. It'll take you right to it. D-U-B Gaming. And hop in. Give them a sub. Check them out. If you like Fortnite at all, it seems like this might be a good place to be. And I love hearing about kids doing rad stuff. So thanks for letting me know. Hint, hint, other parents, if your kids are doing cool stuff and you want promotion on the show, we're suckers for that, okay?
Yeah.
In a good way. We like that a lot. All right.
We do.
Somebody wrote in about Tim Cook. Brian, okay, so you watched the whole thing the other day, right?
I watched about an hour of it, and then I went on a bike ride and listened to the second 45 minutes of it.
How many? So it was a lot of Kevin. What's his name? Right? Or Kevin?
Yeah, it was a lot of Kevin or Craig.
Sorry, Craig.
A lot of Craig.
I forgot his last name. That guy. He's on
a
there.
Little, and then some new players that Yael.
How about the angry basement German? He's cool. I liked him.
Angry Basement German was great.
He was one of my favorites. I also like the guy. I don't know where he's from. He had an amazing accent and was talking about the CPU stuff. And he sold me, man. That guy really got me going. I loved his razor laser focus on everything was so cool. Anyway, so they did this
I just can't figure out Craig's eyebrows. That's the thing. It's like he's got maybe they're eyebrows. New Apple product.
Yep, he's got
lowercase I brows. These are the new eyebrows.
And browse is spelled like browser, but just browse.
What's up with his eyebrows?
Powered by Safari. No, yeah, he's got these dark eyebrows and then very grayish hair.
Very gray hair, like Steve Martin kind of gray hair. I think he's one of those people who grayed early.
Yeah, and Steve Martin actually had the whole dark eyebrow thing for a while as well. So maybe that's just stage he's in.
He did.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happens.
It's a good point. But this guy is take my word for it. I think he's being pruned. Not pruned. What's the word? When you're
being primed. I know what you're saying. He's being groomed.
Groomed. I knew it rhymed with pruned or pruned. Pruned?
Yeah. Go with pruned. Yes, that's it.
All right, groomed. I think he's being groomed for a future CEO. That's what I think is happening there. But anyway, he was on a lot, but there were enough Tim Cook moments for us to all be reminded about the way he spells or pronounces the word products. And talks a lot about how exciting the new products are and all of that. He only said it 6 times during the entire keynote, though, which is low on average.
Low, but when you consider how little he was on screen, I only thought he was on at the beginning and then on at the end, right?
Yeah, you're right. He did a little thing at the top, which they were starting to kind of already do on the stage anyway. He was starting to be intro
cook
guy.
Is what those were.
Yeah, cook hands. Yeah, you're cooking the front and the back.
That's right. Things. Yes, cook ends.
Anyway, so when he says products, for those not in the know, he's from some part of Alabama and has a little bit of a twang, and he says products like that, or products. It's like a weird, drawn out, weird thing. Anyway, this message came from Richard Tater. If that sounds like dictator, you're not wrong. Anyway, he says, gentlemen, Tim Cook said products 6 times at yesterday's keynote. I've been obsessed with Tim saying, he spelled it really weird here. I've been obsessed with him saying products for years now, ever since Scott first pointed it out. You will find them at the beginning of these timestamps. And then he wrote products, WWDC 2020, 4 minutes 5 seconds, 4 minutes 21 seconds, 1 hour 27:08, 1 hour 27:12, 1 hour 27:25, real rapid succession there. And then one last one at 1 hour 46 and 33 seconds. What surprised me about that is not that he said the word that many times, but I didn't realize that thing went that long.
That it went an hour and a half?
Yeah,
or an hour and 45 minutes?
Almost a 2-hour experience. Yeah. That's longer than like most summer movies. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really notice. I think it's to their credit because I actually really enjoyed this format.
So wait, he gave you timestamps? Did you use those timestamps?
I didn't go get them. I should have, and I didn't do it. I have time.
Oh, God.
I know.
You had one job.
Missed opportunity. 100% agree. Yeah. I 100% agree. Okay, I may still go do it.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Because why not? Or you know what? Better yet.
You don't have anything else going on.
Better yet, here, chat. Those are the timestamps. You guys go find them and make it for me. Do my work for me. He also loves it when he says code. And I don't know how he says code.
Code. Like it's I've noticed that too. It's like the accent really comes up. Code.
Let's see. Tim Cook says code. Let's see if I can find if there's any reference to this. Videos. All right. We're gonna hear him say the word code. Here we go. All right. This is a whole video, but let's see if we can catch it. Okay. Unmute. All right. Here we go. Come on. Do your thing. Okay, this is Fortune magazine.
As you leave here to start the next leg of your journey in life, there will be days where you will ask yourself, where is all this going? What is the purpose? What is my purpose?
Is this a
I'll be honest.
Graduation speech?
Yeah, it's a commencement speech at MIT, is it? Yeah, MIT. All right.
I asked myself that same question, and it took me nearly 15 years to answer it.
Okay.
I was never going to find my purpose working someplace without a clear sense of purpose of its own.
Well, we got to get the code.
Stephen Apple.
I don't know if is he going to say code or products in the commencement speech?
It says here he brings up the word code.
Oh, he does. Okay. All right.
He says, if I were a French student and I were 10 years old, I think it would be more important for me to learn to code than to learn English, he says. But I don't know where he says it, so F off, Tim Cook. But anyway, here's the other funny thing about yesterday. We didn't write this in the notes. So when we were trying to call, who was it that we called yesterday? Was it Richard or whoever it was?
It was somebody. It was Jenny. We tried to call Jenny.
All right, we got Jenny. We got somebody else at the U. And anyway, I get this urgent text this morning from my son who says, "Dad, you doxed yourself. You doxed yourself." And I went, "What? What are you talking about?" And he goes, "On TMS yesterday, you totally doxed yourself." And I'm like, "Well, first of all, it's like 6:30 in the morning. Where are you?" He's doing a truck run for his company, and he's listening to the show in the car. In the truck that he's driving. And he thinks because we gave out the voicemail we use all the time on the show, 801-471-0462, he thought that was my... I thought this. He's my son, I guess. He thought that was my number and that I was just giving my number out. Yeah.
I hope a lot of people don't call that number and leave messages for us.
So I hope he hears this. And quick update on that. We think he doesn't have the Rona, but the test results are today for the lady who he worked with, so he'll know for sure. But he's doing this truck run on his own, so even if he has it, he's not around people. He's just driving stuff. People pull stuff out of the back, and he leaves. So we'll see how it goes.
I spent probably more time than I should have yesterday after the show while I was getting music ready for Coverville, while I was doing other things. Because people were messaging me on Discord and over Twitter about 867-5309s that they thought were available in their area. Basically, I think what a lot of people did is they called their local area codes 867-5309 to see if there was a message or a person answering or that number is not in service.
Okay.
And a few people got this phone number is not in service, and they assumed, oh, well, then it must not belong to anybody. Brian, grab it. Mm-hmm. And I'd go and do a quick search and find out that, it's owned by somebody, but they don't, like, they're kind of squatting on it or they're sitting on it.
Sure.
My favorite, and it's one that I'll never get my hands on probably. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll go out of business. But it's a local pizza place in Fort Collins with the 970 extension.
Yeah.
Called Totally 80s Pizza. And if you're a pizza place called Totally 80s Pizza, you better get 867-5309.
I agree. It's like having that's perfect. Like somebody there knows that too, right? They know that.
Yeah, I mean, like the more perfect place would be a record store.
Yeah.
It feels like all record stores should try and get that phone number, but podcasters who do music podcasts should probably also need it for a customer request recording line.
Well, see, the world still wants pizza, but I don't know if anyone wants records anymore. So I think the better business plan would be the pizza place. I'm thinking.
Oh, Scott.
I'm just saying. I don't want them to go away. Are you not in touch
with the hipsters?
Look, I don't want them to go away, and I know there are Graywell here in Salt Lake City still here. They still do their thing. There are places that curate and have a cool thing going, and they do vinyl and all. That's great, but it used to be you go to the mall and there were like 3 in the mall and one outside.
You'd hit Sam Goody, and if it wasn't at Sam Goody, you'd go down the way to where else?
We had Raspberry Records. You guys have that?
No, that wasn't. I don't think that was national.
They were great.
Suncoast. Suncoast, I thought was just videos. Oh, Tower Peaches. We used to have 2 Peaches.
Yeah.
Records here in Denver. Those were great.
Yeah.
Everything in wooden crates.
I wonder if they ever had
Tower Records.
Wonder if they ever had
Music
millions.
Land. That's the one. Music Land. Yes.
I wonder if they ever had millions of peaches in the world.
Peaches for me.
For me, yeah. Me. Well, you, but only from your perspective. The royal me.
The royal me. Yes.
It's a throwback to yesterday. Anyway, okay, someone in the chat found, sorry, we're all over the place today, but we found Tim Cook saying the word right away. So we're going to play it.
Oh, good.
Okay. So here's Tim Cook on an MSNBC video saying it. Here we go. I think.
Sure.
Okay. Well, okay.
How can you make that argument that it's coding is the answer?
Well, I want America to be strong. First and foremost, I want America to be strong. And I believe that one base for that is I think everyone needs to learn to code.
Code. I like it.
Code.
Oh, it's got this little southern thing going.
Little vocal fry thing. Code.
Yeah, I like Tim Cook.
Cho.
I like Tim Cook. Say what you want about Apple. I like him.
Oh,
I think he's
a
nice dude.
He's
Just a nice
He seems
guy.
like a very good guy.
Yeah, he seems legit. All right. Also, a new Fred and Can entered the atmosphere this week. I forgot to mention it on Monday. So here I am 2 days late, but we are finally done with the emotional side story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now we're
A
back
little
to just
sad, actually.
Yeah, I was a little sad, but now we're back to hard one-off jokes. So that happened this week at fredandcan.com if you want to go check it out. If you want to know what I'm talking about, it's about a guy named Fred and his sentient can of expired cream corn and the adventures they go through each and every day. It's also timely because some football player or wrestler or a guy I don't remember because I saw this fleetingly this morning, but there's some famous athlete dude who says that, okay, not a political statement. He's making a statement. He's making a statement, not me, okay? Just so your emails can sit still. But he says he would rather vote for a can of he would rather vote for a can of tomatoes than vote for Trump this year, is what he said. That's the end of the political part of it. When I saw that, I went, "Oh, can of tomatoes, like the little thing we had with our can of expired cream corn ran into his own can of tomatoes the other day. I wonder if I ought to not capitalize on this somehow. I probably won't, but anyway, it was a nice reference.
Oh, like a Fred and Can running mates 2020.
Yeah, Fred and Can vote Fred. Actually, you'd want the Can in charge. Fred's an idiot. I can tell you that. And Fred is me. Yeah, you're right. You heard that right. Fred is me. All right. Anyway, fredandcan.com. Go check it out. All right, Brian, let's get the other Brian in here.
I like that idea a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should.
You know, there's always room for more Brians.
All right. I'll do it then. Here he comes. Sound disappointed about it. I am not the least bit disappointed.
Okay.
Oh, okay, fine. All right,
okay.
Here he
Tango
comes.
and Cash.
He's coming in, Tango and Cash.
It's that guy. Could never do that voice without thinking of that guy.
Yeah, he's great. What's that guy's name? I don't remember that guy. Which guy?
I don't either.
I don't remember his name. All right, we're calling him. It's ringing. He's not picking up. That seems bad. So we'll see. We'll give it a second here. Oh, no, he didn't pick up. So what I'm going to do is pause here. And just, oh, no, that's not true. He's right there. He's answered the phone, and now this. Hey, everybody, welcome to Babble Royale. It's a little bit of a game we play here on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we do it with our friend Brian Dunaway, all the way from South Carolina. Hello.
Give me 1 hot minute. Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hi. What was your?
Okay. Do you need a minute to compose yourself?
No, to get to the phone. It's like, hold on, I'm coming.
All right.
I hear you ringing.
Yeah. We're a little early. We're earlier than we usually are. It's like another 10 minutes normally. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not a problem.
It's
Apple waits for no man. Dunaway.
No, this is true. Oh, is this the Night Attack making fun of you voice bit? Is this?
Yes.
Is this a clip here? Okay, we're all going to enjoy this together. Hold on a second. Let me get over here and change this. Okay, so what this is, I guess, last night, them making fun of Brian's voice. Not making fun, but whatever. Having fun at your expense. Here we go.
Having fun, Mike.
Yeah. Okay, I'll play this clip.
Oh. This is cool because they're doing an old thing that I definitely don't care about. But I like it because it's a new thing. And this is how I talk. It's me, Brian.
I'm nostalgia-proof, Brian. I like this accordion version of Beat It because Beat It's a fucking good melody. I mean, I don't.
All right, hold on. That isn't your voice. That's a terrible impression.
Oh, I know. I do. I'll tell you. I do a better Justin and a better Brian than the two of them combined do a Brian Ibbett. I'll just say that right now.
Spot on. I'm using it from now on.
Okay, now it's yours.
I'm Brian Ibbett. I talk like this.
Hello.
Look at me.
Hello, I'm Brian Ibbett. I like old things, new things. Anyway.
I have interesting shirts. Look at them.
Yeah, look
Read
at my
them
hat.
all.
I have a cool hat and I like Las Vegas. See, this is easy. We can all do it.
See, exactly. Yeah.
We're all in now.
Anyone can do that voice. What's that voice?
That's great. All right. Hey, Brian Dunaway, how are you? How's your day? How you doing?
Oh, it's going fine.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I've got good news for you because we have somebody on the line who's going to put us in the contestant seats and try to win something for them. Hi, thanks for holding so long. Who's this?
This is Steve from Kentucky.
Well, hello, Steve.
Wait a minute. That sounds like me.
Yeah,
Are you
that
sure
sounded.
it's not me?
I was like, Brian, are you on another phone calling in? What's going on? This is crazy.
It's me again.
So accurate. It's good to have you here, Brian. The Brian everyone's having their fun with will now explain the rules, what you could win, and how our topic might go. Brian.
Yes, Steve from Kentucky. I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth, giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win will go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you're playing for a couple of games from the Steam library, courtesy of Wesley. Warsaw and Horus.
Oh, Horus is
those are
great.
both pretty good games.
Warsaw I've not played, but Horus is a really good game. It's very good.
Don't get them confused, or you'll have Horsaw and Warus.
Oh.
I'd play both of those games, no problem. Bring them on.
I'm Brian here, but I make funny statements.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. Oh, hi.
Anyway, all right.
All right. Anyway, so that's what you're playing for today. But before you can start, you guys need a topic. And you probably suspected that this one would be coming based on recent events.
No.
Joel Schumacher passed away recently.
Oh, yeah.
A couple days ago, I think.
A couple days ago. I don't know if his coffin has nipples, but
I made this joke that day and everyone was mad at me. I think I screwed up. I just needed to wait 2 days. I needed to let it sit for 2 days and then tell it because you told it and it was funny. People like it now. I got in trouble.
I swear to God, I didn't hear you make that joke. That's
no,
hilarious.
not on the show. I did it on it was a tweet and I had to delete it because people were like, too soon.
I did it.
Come
on.
on.
I did it at the kitchen table. It didn't fly well.
didn't track with the fam.
Yeah.
He directed 4 movies. I want to know how many of them you can name. Simple as that.
Oh.
Steve, knowing that both of these gentlemen like their Schumacher movies a lot.
Some of them.
Schumacher.
How their confidence level? Who do you think is going to win, and who would you like to go first?
I have no confidence, so I'll do the standard. Scott wins and Brian goes first.
Oh, that's the standard now.
Okay.
Is it? I like it. Okay, cool.
God win. Brian first.
Have
That's the standard.
You still have not gotten your 100th win, have you? Because I think ever since we found out that you were 1 win away from 100.
Well, I won last week, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe you have had your 100th win.
I think I
yes,
did.
you have. Okay, I'm sorry.
We just weren't very we just weren't ceremonial about it. Yeah, we didn't celebrate it. Darn it. That's okay.
That's right.
101.
That's right. Rusty Nails was the 100th. Yes. So it's 100 to 79. So Brian, you got to step up your game.
Yeah, kick it up a notch, dude. What are you doing?
What was the numbers again?
100 to 79.
What?
Yeah. It's about to be 101 to 79, but it's fine.
It's
fine. I'll just start working harder.
Okay. Smarter.
Joel Schumacher directed films, right?
Yep, he did.
That's right.
What's the question?
Yep, he did.
Yes. Which films did he direct? Name the films he directed. 24 of them he directed. Name them.
Okay. Oh, okay. Name them. Okay.
And when Magus did, he said he sent this to me as a topic after I had already been giving it some thought and printed out a list. So.
Well, I'm going to go with Batman and Robin.
Oh man, going right for the garbage.
That's a great place to start, especially since
we
I
just
kind of gave that.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of gave that hint about the nipples. 1997, Batman and Robin, directed by Joel Schumacher.
No, I didn't mean it was a bad choice. I just mean it's just a bad movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Let's go. I'll go the other side of the bookshelf here, and let's go with something like Flatliners. Flatliners.
1990s Flatliners. Some kid chasing Kiefer Sutherland for $2. No, that's not it.
Kiefer Sutherland.
What was that one?
What
was that?
Wait,
what was that?
He was yelling.
That was Better Off Dead.
No,
it was
that's right.
It was a similar kid on a bike chasing.
Right. You're right. It totally is. Those scenes are weirdly the same.
It was the Paperboy, right? That was the whole
Paperboy.
That was a trope for a while.
Yeah.
Right, because he killed a kid, kid fell out of a tree because he was throwing rocks.
Plus, Kiefer was in it. Yeah, that's right. He was in a. There was something with a tree.
Yeah,
we saw this for
was in a
film
tree
sack.
throwing rocks.
I don't remember any of it. I remember Oliver Platt.
The kid was in a tree, and the other kids were around the base of the tree throwing.
Yeah, I remember Oliver Platt trying to play like he was in college, and that made me laugh. Anyway,
and one of the Baldwins being a total
right,
sex fiend.
Steven? No,
No, I think it was Billy.
Billy Baldwin. I almost said Ricky,
Yeah.
which is not right.
Ricky Baldwin.
Ricky
Sure.
Baldwin.
Ricky, yeah, Ricky Baldwin. Yeah,
Ricky Baldwin, the lost Baldwin brother.
Yep. All right, Dunaway.
Well, I'm gonna go with the one that we wanted to watch on Film Sack forever, but it just won't show up, and is one of my favorite movies from the. It must have been the '90s, I believe. It was Falling Down.
Oh,
Falling Down. Yeah,
Forgot
that's
he
a
did
good one.
Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah,
all
he
he
was
wants is
young
a
and
breakfast
skinny.
sandwich.
Yeah. You think that thing holds up? Probably. I don't know.
I'm worried that it does not, because he was very. I mean, really, the story, you kind of start and you're like, oh man, this guy can't catch a break, and you're kind of on his side, and then as it goes on, you're like, wow, this guy may be just the worst person ever.
Well, we live in the era. We live in the era of angry white man now, so maybe that'll fit.
Yeah, that's why I think
know.
it would hold up, because we're kind of living that. And plus, I think it's a brilliant thing for a director to be able to do, is to make a sympathetic character at the beginning turn into a very unsympathetic character by the end of the film.
Yeah.
And kind of have that.
It's a really
have that
good movie.
switch.
It's really good.
It is a good
It
movie.
was a good
Yeah.
movie back in the day.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want a breakfast sandwich. I can see you've got the breakfast sandwiches over there. Just sell me one of those.
I mean, it's like I'm watching the movie. It's like we're not even doing this. It's so real.
Hi, Brian Brushwood.
Oh, wait, that's where I've heard it before. Okay. That's what it was. All right, Dunaway. Oh, no, wait, that was you. No, wait, was that me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Dunaway.
That was
So
Dunaway. All
next
right.
is you.
Let's go to the other Kiefer deal and do Lost Boys, which I arguably my favorite of his movies. I love that movie.
I will. That's right. Hold on. I'm sorry to mark this one. There we go. 1987's Lost Boys. Bring out your saxophone. And I almost sang "I Will Survive," but it's the other song that kind of has that same.
It's a very cool song.
It is a cool song.
It's a cool song, yeah. It's mostly about the chorus that's cool. The rest is not that great, but there's that chorus. Yeah, it just gets you. It's a good
I
little.
still believe not "I Will Survive."
Yeah, it's a good little riff. And if you're bringing out your saxophone, you got to take your shirt off. That's the rule.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, if you look like that guy, you probably can't wear shirts. They'll probably fall off of you when you put them on.
They just melt off. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dunaway.
From the director of Batman and Robin comes Phone Booth.
All right, phone
That's
booth.
right. Colin Farrell tries to use an antiquated piece of technology that many people won't recognize or understand. See, we used to have these things called phone booths where you could go into a little room and use a phone in a public place. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
2002. Hard to believe that was only 18 years ago. And I bet $5 you can't find a phone booth in your in your local area anywhere.
I really liked that movie. I thought it was cool.
I did too. That
I love it.
might be a good film sackable. Though.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
that one
There's
probably
a-
doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
There's a couple of films that where people get trapped in very small spaces, and it's always tough to make it. And Devil, I think, does that really well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not a Schumacher.
No.
Not a Schumacher film,
No,
but
not
a
one of your
Shyamalan.
answers. Yeah.
Shyamalan deal.
M. Night Shyamalan,
Shyamalan.
ding dong. Yeah, another Kiefer movie, by the way. Kiefer's the guy on the other end of the phone doing the voice.
That's right.
Oh, right.
I've only got
24 hours to find a phone booth.
I think him and Schumacher were on speed dial. I don't know. They were always doing stuff.
Maybe.
All right. I believe he did one of the Grisham things, and I hope I'm right on this. Now I'm nervous. Time to Kill, I believe, is the one he did.
He
Oh,
did do that
one.
one. 1996's A Time to Kill, directed by
Did
Joel
not know that.
Schumacher. Yes, indeed.
Joel Schumacher. He was always
did
mocking
not
the
know that.
Jews. Jew mocking.
What do you know from Grisham?
Quit mocking us. All right.
How
My
many we
nipples were
named so
fine.
far?
All right.
So far, you've named exactly 6 of the 24.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, I got 2 more, I think.
Okay.
Unless I can think of another one. Unless Scott gives away one. I'm gonna go with that Phantom of the Opera crap that I never watched.
Oh, I forgot he did that.
That's right. 2004, Phantom of the Opera. I think a lot of us forgot about that, but it was a movie adaptation of the musical, not a movie adaptation of the old movie.
Yeah. And I remember seeing the advertisements and thinking, Joel Schumacher? I was like, all right.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of
Starring Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum.
Was Gerard Butler the Phantom?
He must have been, yeah. And
quiet. I haven't seen
Wilson.
it yet.
That's 4 years before 300. That's crazy.
Yeah. And how long is that before Shameless? Right, because that's Emmy Rossum, and she
Shameless
played Shameless, the
the
series
Showtime
with
show.
William H. Macy. Yeah,
Right.
that she's basically the star of.
Yeah. She's very good. She's still on that, or did she leave?
No, she left.
Well, then that's no good.
No, that's why I stopped watching. It's
Yeah.
like too many of the families out and gone. And
Yeah, I like her. It can't just be disheveled Macy, and that's all we have.
No, you need some form of positivity in that show, and she would occasionally bring it.
Yeah. I am cooperating, Wade. All right, let's see. Let's do Batman Forever.
Batman Forever. I'm surprised you didn't use that one, Brian.
I was holding it out because I was hoping Scott would forget.
I remember.
Batman Forever, 1995.
The Val Kilmer Batman.
That's right, Kilmer Batman.
Yeah, he almost
Batman Kilmer.
Batman Kilmer.
It's
I
kind
like
of
that
funny
they're-
if you go to the Batman Forever IMDb page, you get never mind. I was gonna say it looks like clips of Robert Pattinson and Christian Bale, and so but I guess that's not a clip from the movie. It's like an IMDb promo thing.
I gotcha. I just realized there's a phonetic commonality here. You gotta look at the big words on me. All right. Here's the phonetic commonality. Batman Clooney, Batman Kilmer, Batman Christian, Batman Keaton, Batman.
So either their first name or their last name has two syllables.
Well, no, it's got everybody's got a "k" in it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
at least some
sure,
kind
like
of
Robert
"k."
Pattinson.
Yeah. Well, no, not him. That's what I'm saying. It stops. It stops at Christensen.
Ben Affleck has a "k." Ben Affleck ends with a "k" sound.
Adam West doesn't either. I understand. I'm just saying that batch there, they were all K names or K names, not K. All K. Some were C's.
Whoa! And who created Bob Kane?
Bob Kane. And what was Alfred's name? Calfred Pennyworth. All right. Back to me, is it? No, that was me.
Do another one.
No, it's your turn.
Sorry,
Yeah. Do another one.
It's your turn.
Come on, do another one.
It's your turn.
Do another one.
No, I'm not doing it. I refuse.
First, I don't. It's the director part that's bothering me because I know he did. I'd read some trivia one time where he had done some stuff with The Wiz, but I can't remember. And I think it's because I was listening to Scott earlier. Oh, because y'all were talking about Michael Jackson, and it's all in my head right now, and it's swimming around.
Mm-hmm.
Did he direct The Wiz? Is that my answer?
Yes. Is that your answer? Is that what you're saying?
That's my answer, even though it doesn't feel right. I don't have any other answer. And that was like one that was one of those question mark ones, but Scott took my Batman forever, so that's all I got.
He did the screenplay of The Wiz.
Oh, he did not direct it.
Directed the screenplay. That's still directing.
Yeah, it's still directing, all right.
Yeah, directed by Sidney Lumet, The Wiz.
I only have one more.
Screenplay written.
I have
all right,
only
what
more.
was your last one?
The last one I had was that weird John Carrey or Jim Carrey thing. That it's like 23. The number 23 or 23.
Number 23 indeed was.
Right.
Yep.
That was
here's all the other ones you could have said.
It was a bad movie.
Trespass from 2011. Man in the Mirror, which was a short film, not a music video, but just a short film. 12. Blood Creek. Veronica Guerin, that thing with Kate Blanchett. Bad Company, not the band.
Which
Tigerland, Flawless, 8mm.
Oh, 8mm. I always think that's the guy who made Untouchables for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Every time I think that, but keep going. Sorry.
He did do A Time to Kill, but he also did The Client, which was another John Grisham.
That was a good movie, and it had that kid in it that died too early, and he was a really good actor. Brad Renfro. Was that his name?
Renfro, yeah.
He was amazing, and then he OD'd or whatever he did. Anyway.
Dying Young, which I think is Julia Roberts. Another one that he kind of went back to.
That was like around Flatliners, wasn't it?
Ish.
It was. It was right. It was 1 year after Flatliners.
Right.
Cousins, which was Ted Danson hooking up with Isabella Rossellini.
Mm-hmm.
St. Elmo's Fire. You could be a man in motion.
St. Elmo's Fire.
DC Cab, which, if I remember correctly, starred Mr. T.
Oh,
DC
yeah.
Cab. Wait, he did DC Cab.
DC Cab, yes.
That is
And,
the worst best movie.
Yeah.
At least it was back in the day.
And another movie we need to do for Film Sack that I always feel like we've already done for Film Sack, The Incredible Shrinking Woman with Lily Tomlin.
Oh, I loved that movie growing up. I thought that
did
thing was
too.
great. I wonder if it's any good now.
Does not. I guarantee it does not hold up.
I didn't know that was him. Wow.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know what that is? That's 101 right there for you.
Yeah, good job.
Celebrate in the streets of Kentucky there, Steve. How do you feel about your win?
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you got a cool accent, too. You deserve this. So we're going to send you these these codes, but how you're going to get them is you're going to email Brian Ibbett at coverville@gmail.com. He will hook you up immedially with your winnings. Congratulations.
Make
and
sure
well done.
make sure when you email me, you request the code.
Oh, you need the code. Yeah, there you go. All right. Congratulations. That was awesome. Brian Dunaway, how do you feel about your defeat? Here, I'll do this again. Enjoy. Hey, Brian Dunaway, anything else going on you want to mention? You want to say anything else? You got stuff to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
So what'd you say?
Is there anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, is there anything else?
Yeah, no, I wanted to, but then Scott started saying something while I was trying to plug it, and he's all like,
it
I think
didn't.
we might be on a delay.
It must have delayed. Yeah, we didn't hear you. That was weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah, we did it on purpose. Sorry, go ahead. Whatever you were going to say.
So this weekend on Film Sack, we're watching something, but I can't remember.
Hancock.
Oh, Hancock.
Hancock.
Yeah, Hancock.
That's right.
It was supposed to be last weekend, but we had a very busy weekend. Schedules got weird, and so we skipped a week. We rarely do that, but this weekend, Hancock with Will Smith.
And tomorrow night I'll be playing something that, since I'm finished Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, I'm thinking about playing Link's Awakening.
Oh, you should totally do that. Link's Awakening is great. That's a great video game. That's awesome. And then we'll hear you report on that on the Boop Show as well and other places. Tell people where to find you on Twitch, because that's a great place to find you streaming said games.
It is twitch.tv/Brian Dunaway.
All right.
That's a me.
That's a you? Okay.
Look at me. I'm Brian Ibbett. I listen to records and other antiquated things.
I only like things that are new. I don't like things that are old.
This is a weird thing for them to do. Well, how did oops, I cut him off. How did the subject come up? Like, what was the point?
No idea. It Talia sent me a link in Twitter saying, sincerest form of flattery and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool, let's check it out. And I mean, it's okay. I've had other people impersonate me a lot better than that. There was a couple on an old podcast called Illinois.
Yeah.
And they used to do a Brian Ibbett impression. I probably have it somewhere in my audio files. I should find it. But hi, this is Brian Ibbett, and you're listening to Coverville. And coming up, here's a new cover.
Cover me. I can hear you singing it in that voice and everything.
Yes.
Okay. Also, Brian Brushwood's hair is like a loaf of bread right now. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on with that business, but he needs some bangs, man.
Yeah.
Needs some bangs. Oh.
Stoic
Squirrels, because they were doing an after show discussion on nostalgia.
Oh,
which is why Jury says, I'm nostalgia proof. I'm nostalgia proof, Brian.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is what I have to say to him.
The jury will now retire.
All right, he's out of here. Let's do this instead now. Do this. It's time for the news, and it's brought to you by...
Brought to you by Coverville today. We'll be celebrating the birthdays of KT Tunstall. I don't know what the KT stands for. Maybe her name is Katie, and she just likes those two letters. And Stephen Page of the band, formerly of the band, Bare Naked Ladies. At least he did join them on stage for their Canadian Music Hall of Fame induction or something like that. So
sure.
Anyway, covers of and by both of those. Here's a little hint. KT Tunstall has done a lot of covers. I only have a couple covers of her songs, and you could probably guess at least one of those. But celebrating the 45th and 50th birthdays, respectively, of KT Tunstall and Stephen Page of Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, no nudity involved, turns out. Bummer.
None whatsoever.
TikTok teens are in the news multiple times. Well, we have a news story about them.
TikTok teens.
TikTok teens. This is apparently kind of a collective name for the group of TikTokers who sort of organize and do things. Anyway,
is this from the Hype House? Are these Hype House teens?
I don't know if these are hype house people or not. I assume that's just a big sex fest in there anyway. You know,
Ugh.
just teenagers doing it, just constantly, just smearing themselves all over each other all day long. That's got to be what's happening.
Sure, I'm sure that's exactly it.
They're young, they're hormonal, they're attractive people. They're just, of course they are.
Right.
They're just wrestling in a big ball of sweaty teenager gasm.
Sure.
It's not a word. All right. TikTok teens found a suitcase full of human remains.
Ooh.
Yeah. This was on a Seattle
Did they
beach.
Did they do a cool new dance after they found it?
They just got up and did the floss while they were
To the most recent Drake
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
Like, did they cue up some Cardi B and do some the Dougie?
Yeah, why not? The Dougie. I like that. It says here, U.S. teens who were filming a video for TikTok say they found an abandoned suitcase full of human remains on a Seattle beach. It had the name Dexter Morgan on there. Weird. It's very Dexter Morgan-y, though.
Weird.
Yeah.
It came from a boat, it looks like.
Yeah, some kind of boat. It says the video, which has since gone viral, shows two teenage girls clambering down a rocky shore where they find a black suitcase at the watery edge on Friday. Second bag was later found floating in the water. Seattle Police Department said in a press release. The video posted on social media shows the groups of friends stumbling across the abandoned suitcase, joking that it may contain money. Well, of course, you think, hey, look, might be money, drug money, or full of cocaine or something.
Sure.
Young girl is seen climbing across the rocks. They keep saying how they climbed there. Anyway, then they laughed until they realized what was inside. Something traumatic happened that changed my life, says TikTok user Ugg Henry. See, now that's an actual meme on TikTok. On TikTok,
Ugg Henry?
No, this whole thing, you'll be flipping through and you'll hear a voiceover. Because you know how TikTok works, or one of the ways it works, is if you hear a song or a thing somebody says, it doesn't matter what the sound of a video is, you can press the little record down in the corner and now use that sound for your video. So, Brian, you could do a video that just says, I'm Brian Ibbett, and I put an entire coconut in my butthole. You could say that.
Yeah.
And then I could take your sound and I could dance around to it, and it would still say in your voice, I'm Brian Ibbett, and I put a whole coconut. It would do the whole thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
All right.
so what people do is they reuse this line here, which says, where is it? Something traumatic happened that, this is how it usually goes. Something happened in my life that was traumatic, check, they say. That's how they say it.
Okay.
And
I already hate this.
I know, it sucks. It's based on some other stuff where kids would say, rich kid check, or Utah check, or like I see a lot of Utah ones because it's algorithmically.
Oh, I have seen that. I did see a Colorado check.
Yeah, and you'll see more of your local stuff because that app freaking knows your life.
I'm already really. Here's when I look at TikTok things. When Scott sends me a TikTok thing to look at.
Yeah.
That's what I look at.
There's some funny. My current algorithm is
you got it set pretty well where you're not.
Well, it's just serving me well. Like it gives me what I want. It's all funny dogs, funny fails, funny cats. No dancing teens. I got none. They just don't give them to me. For some reason, people farting a lot. What's another one?
For some reason.
Yeah, for some
You get a
reason.
lot of wow, I wonder how TikTok has figured that out.
Gosh, I just can't explain it. I just don't know where that part came from. But it all seems to fit basically what I care about or what I think is funny, and I think that's good. Except it's also creepy that the app is good at doing that.
A little bit creepy.
But it accounts for a lot of stuff, like how long did he watch the video? Did he watch it twice? Did it loop 3 times? Did he skip past it immediately? Like all of those things factor in and make a difference. Yeah.
Oh, I do like the fact that Ugg Henry uses that audio clip of something traumatic happening that changed his life. I feel like there might be somebody else in that video who maybe had something a little more traumatic happen that changed their life.
Well, and that's the other problem with this particular thing is when you hear that now, you can't take it seriously because rarely is it something like one time I saw it and it was somebody who was in a car accident and they showed the car all munched up and them in the hospital. They're recovering, so it's good. But yeah, it really changed their life. It's an appropriate soundtrack. But I've had other ones where I'll see the exact same soundtrack and I'll go, something traumatic happened in my life, check. And then it'll be a guy who
glass of orange juice tipping over on his
or he's out of cereal or something, like something dumb.
Right.
So don't take anything on there seriously unless they're bodies and bones, I guess. Anyway,
in this case there were.
I guess so. It says we found this black suitcase. We're joking, but maybe the suitcase would have money, but the smell was overwhelming. So these are like not even It's not even that old, these bones. So this is bad.
So why are they? This sounds a little suspicious. Maybe it's not, but it's like when you see the America's Funniest Home Videos, and there's a video of somebody doing something that you normally wouldn't film a video of, and something happens. It's like, oh, well, that's staged, because no one's ever going to film a video of them pouring a glass of orange juice, that sort of thing. But do these TikTok kids? I'm guessing that part of their shtick is they have the cameras going all the time, so that they do capture,
I guess so,
cool random stuff that happens. But
I mean, I'm with you. Okay, here's my
Eric,
big take.
Make sure you get this TikTok video of me clambering on some rocks.
Here's my take on that, because I'm actually with you on this. Yeah. I think that 90% of it is just nonsense, and that's okay. It's fun nonsense. Sometimes it's just goofy and dumb, but 90% of the pranks you see, total setups, like not real. You can just tell people are bad actors.
The suspicion is, what's a good way to cover up a crime? Show a video of yourself discovering the crime.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. You got to CSI this shit.
Check those remains to see if anyone's strangely missing from Hype House.
Yeah, no kidding. Has anyone seen that? What's her name? She's the really popular one that was on the Tonight Show.
Where's Anastasia Bliss? Has anybody seen Anastasia Bliss?
Oh, Charlie DiMaggio? What is it? She's got a name. Anyway, I haven't seen her for a while. Where's she at? Is she bones in a bag? I mean, the sad part is this is probably a floater from Mexico and some cartel killing or something. Who knows?
Could be. Yeah.
That's
Although
awful,
a suitcase and a bag washing up together that far from... plus Seattle. It's gonna be a long way. Maybe an Alaskan drug hit.
Oh yeah, the Alaskan cartel at it again.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, hiding their cocaine in a white crab. Yeah,
the Wasilla gangs are at it again.
You think that show, the Deadliest Catch, is deadly because it's a storm's raging? No, it's because those fish are full of cocaine. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
here's a story about Jurassic Park. We talked about it briefly yesterday, and now we have the results. Jurassic Park and Jaws top the box office charts because that's what theaters are showing those who have opened.
Oh.
They're back in like the number one spots in America. The vast majority of theaters playing the classic movies and drive-ins exactly 45 years after Steven Spielberg ushered in the era of summer blockbusters with Jaws. Do we give him credit for that? Or can we give it to something else?
No, you know what it seems like? If we're going to give credit to somebody, he's the king of the summer blockbusters. So let's give it to Steven Spielberg.
I guess so. I'm trying to think of another movie that would have preceded that would have been considered summer blockbuster before Jaws.
Like 1974, 1973.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some like, I don't know what, Logan's Run or...
I don't think any of that stuff.
Big...
None of that really drove the audiences like that.
Ben-Hur? Did Ben-Hur, was that a big summer blockbuster?
Right. Like Ben-Hur.
Jeannie is a student of the film history and stuff, so.
Yeah, let's see what Jeannie says. I believe her.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so now here we are 45 years later, and over the June 19th through 21st weekend, Spielberg's 1993 film Jurassic Park topped the charts with an estimated $517,642, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for a relatively closed down industry,
for empty theaters, that's great.
That's pretty good.
So JC Calhoun says, I have a PhD in communication focusing on media studies. Ew. Sorry, that was my jury impersonation. I can confirm Jaws was the first blockbuster, so thank you, JC Calhoun.
Yeah, thanks, man.
The jury will now retire.
All right, moving on.
And if you don't like Ben-Hur, you can
unfriend me. We started. We're. This is totally side note. That has nothing to do with TMS, but I'm converting what was the Patreon for Unfriend Me to something else, and a few sad people wrote in and says, "Oh, I guess this is confirmation that Unfriend Me's never coming back." Hey, I never say never. You never know.
Yeah. Nothing ever doesn't come back in podcast. Like nothing is ever final in Podcastville.
Yeah, but it's probably not coming back. Not for any reasons that are malicious. We just are both too busy. It's just too busy.
Yeah.
And right now, you know what? There are a lot of things to unfriend me about. It was almost like the perfect storm. We don't want to actually argue. We don't want to have those fights on a podcast. There's enough derision and negativity out there. The show would just
that's
add to
true.
it.
That's actually right now is a time when we feel like we get that so much in the rest of our lives that we don't want to get in a podcast. I totally get that. That makes sense.
That's how it feels to me. But
and if Vincent Minucci's listening, Vincent, we got to get Lyrics Undercover back.
I love Vincent. Vincent's great.
He is great.
He's a cool dude. I like him. And he's also really good at like home stuff. So every time we talk about on this show about like my heater broke or the air conditioner's not right or whatever, that dude knows what's up. He'll send me an email and say, don't talk to those companies. They're going to tell you this and they're wrong. Here's your problem. Like
Perfect.
He saved me money, this guy. He's great. Plus he's just a cool dude. He'd go to BlizzCon every year. Just a great guy.
Very cool.
Maybe he's listening now. Hey Vince, check it out. A little love your way, buddy.
I'm hoping he is because I want to talk to him and say let's get Lyrics Undercover back up and running because he was a great host for that, and we'd been talking about resurrecting it. We need to resurrect it.
Very nice. Now wait, say resurrect. Say resurrect again. Say that again.
Resurrect.
You say it right. Okay, I heard something in your pronunciation.
Maybe I said resurrect.
Did you say resurrect?
I might have because it is RESS.
It is resurrect. I've just never. You're totally right.
It
probably
both
is.
of them are correct.
It's probably more correct to have the S's, and I've been saying it wrong when I say resurrect, because there's no Z's in there.
Yeah, there isn't, but I can totally see that because some people. I noticed one of the newscasters, or maybe as an advertisement, this morning or yesterday morning, was talking about grease monkey and pronounced it grease monkey.
Grease monkey.
Grease monkey. Like that food is very greasy.
I love the term greasy. I'm a huge fan.
Yes,
I love it. I'm like, whoa, that chicken was greasy. I like to say that. So I'm in on grease. Get grease back in. That's great. All right, I'm gonna start. I'm resurrect. It sounds like too many Z's. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I love how half the chat room went tesseract as soon as we said it.
Oh yeah, Bobby Frank's right. There is only one S in resurrect. Right. That's 2 R's in resurrect.
Resurrect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Resurrect.
Well,
resurrect.
Resurrect.
I'd say erect. We'll just say erect.
Rest erect is what the chat says. I give credit to whoever said that.
Oh, Bobby Frank says he just found resurrect as a pronunciation.
So you can say it just fine either way. Is that the deal?
I guess.
Okay.
And if you don't like the way I pronounce resurrect,
here's a version of it.
Resurrect.
Okay, she's got a little Z in there.
It's a little Z, yeah.
Yeah, a little Z. How about this guy? Let's try this guy.
Resurrect.
Okay, they're going Z as
well. Yeah, he's got the Z. Yeah, resurrect. Okay.
All right. How about, hey, check this out. All right. Here's this.
Penis.
And now here's this.
Peenies.
That's multiple penises. Peenies.
That's weird.
Peenies.
Yeah, peenies. All right, sorry.
Those are flowers I'm growing on my Animal Crossing island. I'm growing some peonies.
Growing some peonies. They'll spread. If you keep them watered, they'll spread and create many peonies.
My island is overrun with flowers right now. So basically, I've got to I'm not going to sit there and pick them all, shovel them up, and then take them to the store. I'm just going to take a trash can around with me and shovel up a bunch of flowers and dump them in the trash can. Shovel up a bunch of flowers and dump in the trash.
I wish they stacked, because then selling them would be much more profitable.
It'd be better, but it's like, oh, you've got 40 pink mums in your bag. You can't carry any more. Would you like to rebury this or swap it for another item?
Yeah, and then when you take it in to sell it, you got to click them all to do it, and then he's going to give you 500 bells?
240 bells. I'll offer you 240 bells for all these flowers. Oh, great.
Just destroy them. Destroy them. All right. That's going to do it for our news today. We're going to go now to a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be here. We'll do that. We got recommendals after that, so stick around. Brian has music, though. In the meantime, what'd you bring?
Oh, well, if you are a fan of the TV show Killing...
Fisto is the one who changed the course of the river, and he's the one who's going to pay.
Come on, Cringer.
Go f*** a refrigerator, Peckerneck. This is the Morning Stream.
Oh, speaking of refrigerators, does anybody out there have a freezer they want to sell us? Because we need a freezer in the garage because we got to stock up meat for the second wave of coronavirus this fall. Actually, we just can't find them. They're sold out everywhere. You can't get freezers.
Really?
Yeah, freezers. It's just
Like,
hard to get.
it's like webcams and freezers.
Yeah.
Are totally. Well, it makes sense, right? Because people are like socking stuff away just in case there's another spike that keeps them from going to the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's something like Home Depot has a couple of models, but they're really expensive. I'm just looking for like a cheap, like, you know, the kind in Animal Crossing. You've seen those freezers, just a little ground one. You can lift it up.
That's what we have in our garage.
Yeah, I need one of those. We haven't had
You
one
use
for a
those
long
to
time.
change clothes for some weird reason.
Yeah, this is true. Utah Department of Health wants the state to shut down again. I know, it's getting weird. People are spiking hard because Americans are dumb. We're screwing this up. We got bad leadership, and we're dumb, and we keep thinking we're cool, and we're not. And all of Europe is testing at the same rate we are, but they're having less cases. We are testing exact the same.
What
as
we
they
need
are,
to
and
do
we're
is
having
slow down the testing. That's what I told him. We've got too many cases. We need to slow down the testing.
Someone asked him if he was joking, and because the big line after that
Yes.
Tulsa thing was, "Oh, he's kidding. It's a joke. He's doing it for his audience." And then a day later, he said, "Were you joking about it?" He goes, "No, I wasn't joking. I'm serious."
Right.
Which is it? Which is it?
Well, yeah, because I think he said the same thing at a thing in Arizona yesterday when he was talking to
He was in
maybe
that
doing a
mega
commencement
church.
speech for some kids. Yeah.
He was in it was like a church mega church thing, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Okay. They said he was talking to a bunch of churches, or I mean, a bunch of kids.
There were some students there.
Let me address all the churches.
There was
Hello,
a-
churches.
There was a girl who got up and said,
Love your fried chicken.
There was a girl that got up and said that she was sad that they canceled Aunt Jemima because she was a free slave who went on to represent one of the most popular syrups in the world. Which sounds stupid in its own right, but it's actually historically totally incorrect. She's a
Is it
fake.
really?
She's a fake character. She was created from a minstrel act, like a racist minstrel act, and was used for a long time. Has nothing to do with a real person. Nothing. None. Zero. Zip. Nada.
I love, like, what? Yeah, no, you know.
I know.
This could be a whole.
I know. It could
separate
be a whole
discussion,
show.
but-
Could be a whole show, Brian. But we don't do that here. We don't talk about politics. And that one guy is going to send me an anonymous angry email. Can't wait. Going to be fun.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, they're easy.
Love
to
the
ignore.
anonymous ones.
I just ignore them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you have an actual email, I'll talk to you. But
Bring
if
it.
you're going to be
Bring it
anonymous,
on.
you're a wuss. Hey, look who's on the line with us right now. Oh wait, I got to play this first.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That "Wah," you heard is Tom going, "Why is my camera this way and not the other way like normal?"
Hi, everybody.
I can see inside Tom's left ear.
It's so. This is so intimate.
Wow.
I kind of like it. I feel like
going
I'm
on?
right there with you. There you
See
are.
that
There we
stolen
go.
Van Gogh.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's all good now.
Think the real one's in the museum.
Hey, just don't let the Spanish retouch it because I don't know if you saw their latest. You know that painting last year? They had a Jesus painting that was all left up.
Oh, like years ago. Not last year. It was
That
like
was,
3 or
it
4
was a
years
while ago.
yes.
Well, now they got brand new ones that some lady there did a restore on it, and it's bad.
Love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I saw the headline in the BBC that was something like Spanish mess up retouching again. it was fairly blunt for the BBC, to be honest.
Well, they still got a few axes to grind with the Spanish, I guess. Anyway, hey.
No one expects the Spanish.
No one
to
expects
retouching.
the restoration.
Can you show me where the Spanish person retouched you?
Exactly. Anyway, you can find out
That
about
comfy chair.
Just go look somewhere. Oh, you're making me want to listen to that album. That's such a good album, the Comfy Chair album. Anyway, hey, it's Tom Merritt, everybody. He is Ace Detect. You may know him as that name, but really he's Tom Merritt, the tech maven that brings us tech news each and every day on the Daily Tech News Show. Today's no different. It's Wednesday. We like to bring those stories to this show a little bit, kind of what you're working on. So, Tom, tell us what's happening.
I want to talk about President Trump. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, good.
Protocol sources say Amazon is actively pursuing deals to license live linear TV programming. There's all kinds of job listings out there that back this up. So it looks like what they want to do is create some sort of quote unquote live TV program. They do live programming on Prime Video sometimes, especially football games. And when I say football games, I mean both kinds, US and soccer. They do stream both of those, but it sounds like they want to do more than that. They not only want to expand it to like news and debates and concerts, but also live linear channels. So they're talking to cable broadcasters, they're talking to over-the-air broadcasters. it's hard to tell if what they want to do is partner to bring in like a Pluto. Have you ever used Pluto TV?
I have, yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So where it's not really the same channel you'd have on TV, but it has a lot of the same content from the same brands. Whether they want to do something like that, or whether they want to actually put a skinny bundle like YouTube TV or Sling TV or something like that together. But the one quote from one of the listings says, "We are building next-gen linear catalog systems to provide best-in-class linear TV experience to Prime Video customers." So linear TV means channels. That means, you turn on a channel and you watch what's on that channel rather than on demand, which is what you get with Prime Video now.
Right.
Even if you add a channel from like Stars or something to Prime Video, it's still all on demand.
I'd be interested in this. I really like Pluto as an example. Part of the reason I like Pluto though is it's super weird. Like it's got some kind of mainstreamy stuff. Kim's got some cooking shows from the Food Network on there she likes, and there's some news channels and things that are kind of dry and they're exactly what you think they're going to be. But there's also like really weird groupings of like old action movies that you're never going to see anywhere else, and they're just playing nonstop. Or we're showing we're showing 15 James Bond movies in a row, or weird things like that. I really like that kind of linear programming where it isn't so much that, oh, this is NBC and so now I'm getting NBC programming. I'd rather be like these playlists kind of here are just nothing but schlocky horror movies from the 60s. Enjoy. Like that's my kind of jam. So I wonder if they'll do any of that the way Pluto does, or if they'll, if it'll be a little more mainstream,
or a combination. Could be. My theory is that what we're headed to is a world where most prestige programming, your dramas, your comedies, are on demand, and that we'll settle around, and maybe we won't even settle around one way of doing it, but we'll settle around a way where, like either like HBO does, where it's 6 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Pacific, it drops for everybody. Right? Like the new Westworld is now out on demand, and everybody can watch it right then or not. Or things will just show up like they do at Netflix at midnight. Stars puts their stuff up at midnight, even if it's broadcast on the linear channel later. So I have a feeling like that will become the norm for those kinds of programs. And then live TV will center around live events. Award shows, sports programming, news, things that are always ongoing and don't hold up if you make them available on demand. It's something you want to watch live. I wonder, because you bring up the whole but sometimes it's fun to just put on the James Bond channel. I wonder if that will also fit in there. And where I'm going with all of this is I think that's where we're headed, is some combination of those. And we couldn't get there because you needed Sling and others to kind of pioneer this idea of online TV that is cable-like by creating these weird things. If you've ever tried these out, Sling particularly has like an orange package and a blue package, one of which has NBC stuff, the other has Fox stuff, and then they both have things that are in the other one. And that's all because they had to strike deals with cable companies to convince them to get access on the internet to their programming. I think we're past that. I think what Amazon's doing is now stepping in saying, okay, you understand that cable is dying now. You had your fun, raking these early services over the coals. Let's strike a deal under the terms of the new reality. It'll be interesting to see what they get.
Yeah, I'm really curious about it. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want out of that. I know I would love more live sports that is streamed. Streaming live sports has been hit or miss. It's either a big subscription commitment for a single sport, or once in a while you get a big event type thing. But it'd be cool to have just, ESPN style nonstop streaming someplace. In
most locations, you can get all your sports streamed. Yeah. It's just a matter of how many subscriptions do you want to juggle and how much do you want to pay?
Yeah.
Right? It's not simple and it's not cheap, but you can get it. And that's a big progress in the past 5-10 years, because people are like, I wish ESPN would just make all of ESPN available, not just ESPN Plus. Well, it does. Sign up for Sling Blue. And for $20 a month, you'll get ESPN. You'll get all of it. You sign into ESPN's app. This has been true for years. But people are like, yeah, but that sounds complicated. I'm like, well, okay, maybe you don't like it, but you can do it. And most of the regional sports channels are available on one of the packages, whether it's YouTube TV or Hulu Plus Live or something like that. And then, of course, like you say, you can sign up for the out-of-market games from the leagues directly. I think all the major leagues have that now as well. So we're gone from the I wish it were available to I wish it was available in a affordable and sensible way.
Yeah, it's a big change that kind of happened without us having to worry about it too much. It just sort of happened on its own, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm not very good at predicting anything in this world, so I'm really proud of myself that in 2007, I dropped all cable and said, "That's it. I know the future is."
I know
streaming."
you were early.
I was way early. I cut all those cords very early, and now it just seems obvious that this is where you would want to be, and not necessarily. I mean, I know there are people who still love cable, and honestly, most people I know that are devoted to cable, it is for sports, despite right now being kind of devoid of sports. But sports is the main reason. It's those live events. If Amazon or others can bridge that gap and create a compelling, affordable thing there, then why the heck not? It sounds good to me.
And I think what we've got right now is a good amount of competition, because remember, compared to cable, all of these services, Hulu Plus Live TV, YouTube TV, AT&T TV now, Sling TV, they are all nationwide in the United States.
Yeah.
You've never had that before, except for satellite. You had Dish and DirecTV. That was it. Everybody else was regional. So now you have nationwide competitors, which gives everybody way more choice. And if Amazon jumps into that, that's another competitor in this space, which means more choice, which means driving features, which generally is good for the consumer.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we'll see how it goes. Today, we'll talk about that. You guys are probably all out of steam on the Apple stuff, but good coverage.
I mean, yeah, probably. We talked about it a lot on Monday with the Snob OS cast folks, and then a little bit with Patrick on yesterday, mostly about ARM and the big switch to ARM yesterday. Yeah, yesterday's Daily Tech News Show, if you want to understand, like, what does this mean for Intel particularly, that Apple is switching to ARM, we break that all down.
Yeah, that's good. I have some thoughts as a creator from the ARM perspective, because my iPad Pro outperforms almost everything else I use when it comes to art tools. And so I'm actually excited about the potential of that kind of performance. Cool. Yeah. I can only assume that that's what we're going to be looking at. And so I'm excited from that angle, and I don't know enough about it to say for sure. But anyway, great coverage over there.
Nobody does. That is the one thing I'll throw in here at the end is they said it runs on ARM. They provided some dev kits to people using the current iPad processor. Mm-hmm. We have no idea what processor is going to go into those Macs that are supposed to come out by the end of the year. We don't know anything about their benchmarks. I mean, they're saying better performance, better battery life, which is possible. Yeah. It's super possible, but we just don't know. We haven't seen it yet.
No, and there's desktop questions I have that may never be answered until they actually hit. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, more of that later today on the Daily Tech News Show, 2:30 Mountain Time. Tom, anything else going on you want to mention?
Yes. Know a little more is something we'd all like to do. It also has the acronym CALM, K-A-L-M. And that's what I would like to think I am helping you with my new series, Know a Little More, keeping you calm and helping you know more about tech. First episode last week was all about 5G. So that one's in the feed right now. If you think you know about 5G, I invite you to listen, because there's a lot of folks out there that I respect that I expected to go, yeah, that was nice for beginners, who are like, actually, I learned something in there. So check that out. It's an explanation of what 5G will actually improve and what it won't. And then this week on Thursday, a new episode coming out about ARM. If you're like, what is ARM? Who are they? What do they do? Aren't they a patent troll? I address all of those issues at Know a Little More at knowalittlemore.com.
Very nice. Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. Tom, we will see you later. Oh, and Current Geek Chronicles is coming along really nice.
Ooh, Current Geek Chronicles. Did you keep in there somehow? Is that still available as part of Current Geek Chronicles?
Let's just say you'll have to find out.
You have to listen to find out.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think somehow it's integrated. We got some amazing new music by the one, the only Eric Van Skyhawk. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited. You've heard a bit, so you know.
I have.
Did you hear? Was it the wrestling thing, or did you hear?
I heard the wrestling one.
Okay, yeah, that one in particular is a little off the wall, but there are others a little more a little less acting on Tom and I's part. But anyway, that's coming soon. Details to come. All right, Nicole Spag on her way. I think I haven't heard from her, so I don't know. She's online, so I'll bet she's here. There we go. Okay. Add her to the call. Let's get it all set here for her to enter the scene and play her thing when she gets here. Maybe. There we go. Welcome to the program, Nicole Spagnuolo, all the way from also Colorado. It's not a town; it's just as well.
Also, the South also actually.
Yes.
There's the river goes right between, divides the two halves of also.
The river runs through it. Oh, hi,
I was
Nicole.
just thinking about this, Brian. How crazy it is we haven't seen you in a while.
I know. It's
like I live in another state almost.
Even when we came and got the sourdough starter,
right? We're like,
you know.
Waving from the window.
Yeah.
We were just down at the Target right by you, picking up the Gloomhaven, entry-level Gloomhaven on Sunday.
I did that as well. I forgot to talk about that.
What's Gloomhaven?
Oh.
It's a really good but a very involved tabletop game. And the regular Gloomhaven is a box that's like the size of a small Volkswagen. But there's an entry-level version that just came out on Sunday exclusively, or not exclusively, but
early
in stores
access
exclusively at Target.
Yeah, Target got it early. Everybody else gets it in September, I guess, or something like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Amazon.
so those were selling out quick, and the only one I could find in Denver was the Target right by you guys.
Oh, that's funny. I had the same problem. We had to go 3 Targets, Brian, to find one. It took me forever. Yeah.
You kept missing the Target?
And the one Target that had it was one of those where, like, I think this is in the back room, and it took a guy forever to go find it, and then they found it.
Wow, but he did find it?
Yeah. So we got it. I'm pretty excited.
Good.
Well, Nicole, it's time for recommendals. Yeah, that's right. Everybody. Talk about streaming stuff that we've seen during the week that we liked and we want to tell you fine folks about at home. Brian, let's start with your clip. Any setup for your clip this week?
TV series or streaming series. Can't really call it a TV series because you watch it on anything you want, but streaming series that just came out, and I'm surprised that I'm the first of us to recommend it because I feel like you guys are going to be watching this at some point very soon.
All right, here we go. Let's play it.
We could go further back.
Further than a billion years?
We don't need to. It works.
Why don't I feel good about it?
That would be your unconscious mind speaking to you. And what it's saying is, uh-oh. Because a few hours ago, we were in reality and we were working on a sim. And now we've pretty much traded. That's the reality. Right there. It's not even a clone of reality. The box contains everything.
It doesn't contain us.
1 second protection.
All right, that sounds like Jeffrey Wright. Am I correct?
It is not, but you're right in that it sounds like Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, weird. I was sure it was him.
No, that's Stephen Mckinley Henderson, who you also know. If you see a picture of Stephen Mckinley, as a matter of fact, I'll copy and put a link in our.
Is this a time travel show?
It is not. I'm not going to say whether or not. Here's what I'm going to say. It's an 8-episode series called Devs.
Oh yeah. I started watching this already. It's so weird.
It's so weird and trippy and amazing. Like basically the fact that you don't hear Nick Offerman in this scene is probably what makes it not an obvious giveaway. But it is a really, really cool, engaging show. And would you agree, Nicole, that there are scenes? I don't know if you've gotten to the second episode yet.
I haven't. We just watched the first, and I was like, "Whoa, that was heavy." I don't know what the heck I just watched.
You know that one episode of Twin Peaks, The Return?
Yeah. I saw you tweet about that.
Yeah.
Episode 8, right?
Episode 8. Wait till you get to episode 2 of Devs. You're gonna feel like you're gonna have some reminiscing about that episode of.
I have a feeling this is a show just for me. I think Mark will not like it because he doesn't like Twin Peaks.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I think I'm going to have to watch this on my own.
It almost feels like a weird combination of Mr. Robot and Twin Peaks for me. Not even really so much Twin Peaks, even though that episode reminds me of Twin Peaks. But Mr. Robot meets like altered carbon. It fits in that whole
You are speaking my language here, dude. This
yeah,
sounds great.
the whole milieu of stuff like
Because
that.
the premise that kind of draws you into it is there's a couple, they work at this place that they're doing advanced technology, and her boyfriend gets a job in the devs program, and nobody knows what that is.
Big secret, yeah.
And so he goes there and he disappears, and she's looking for him now.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's a very good spoiler-free. I guess you've only seen episode 1, so
Exactly.
it's still a very good
That's how the trailer presents it too. Like she's
Exactly.
looking for her boyfriend and trying to figure out what happened to him.
And Brian, you've seen the entirety of the thing?
I've seen the entirety of the thing, and
Okay.
it does a really like the whole 8-episode thing does a really good job of telling the story. Nick Offerman is brilliant in it, playing a very Nick Offerman style role, and Allison Pill is really good. Zach Grenier, who just got an antenna to the face in Twister that we just saw in
right.
Film Sack.
Oh, Allison Pill too. She's the one from she was on Picard. Picard, right? She was the doctor
She
lady.
was on Picard, yes, exactly.
Oh, I
Most recently
love
on
her.
Picard.
She's great, dude.
She is great.
Yeah, Newsroom. You said Newsroom, right? Yeah, she's great on
I said
Newsroom.
Newsroom.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 8 episodes on Hulu. You make sure you've got some time, because once you watch episode 1, you're not going to want to pause and do something else before you watch episode 2. You're just going to want to watch them all like one right after the other. At least we did. We were like, oh my god, it's bedtime, but I kind of want to watch episode 2 now.
This looks so my jam. I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally in. All right. Is Allison Pill the main character? Or sorry, it's the Sonia Mizuno.
Sonoya Mizuno is the main character. She is the girlfriend that is trying to uncover this mystery. And she was in Ex Machina. She was in
That's where I know her as
probably where you
Annihilation.
know her
Yeah, I know her from
from. Yeah.
Annihilation as well. I saw that sort of recently. She's great.
She is really good, yeah.
She's the other android in Ex Machina, right? The one
Yes,
that's
exactly.
all creepy. Yeah, she's cool.
Yep.
All right. You sold me, Brian. I'm in. Wait, where is the streaming? Sorry, you said and I forgot.
On Hulu.
Hulu. That's nice to talk about Hulu once in a while. I like Hulu. All right. Here's mine. It's a bit of a cheat, and that's all I'll say. Okay, here you go.
There is no such thing as good or bad. There's only what you want and what you do to get it. And when life gives you lemons, you squeeze them in the eyes of your enemies. It all started with Doc McCoy, a ruthless mercenary, cold son of a gun. We hired him, and he delivered, but we made a mistake. We shorted him a buck or two, and that's when the shit started to fall apart.
All right. Here's why it's a cheat.
McCoy is like a Star Trek something.
People in the chat room are explaining why it's a cheat, and I'm like, okay,
It's
all right,
totally
yeah.
a cheat. And here's why. Here's why it's a cheat. I had no time for TV this last week, and what little time I had for my own personal enjoyment, I spent in a video game called Desperados 3, which is utterly fantastic and is on my short list for Game of the Year, and it's a really, really good game. If you remember old games in the 90s called the Commandos series, Commandos 1, 2, and 3, or if you played this same developer's last game, Shadow Tactics, then you know what you're getting into here. It's set in the Old West, something I love. It's super spaghetti westerny, like they're going hard into the dumb tropes of westerns, and it's a big sort of real-time stealth action strategy title that I just I freaking adore it. And I also think the story's pretty good. It's pulpy, but it's good. So that's what I did. I didn't watch any TV, and this ain't free, and you're not going to stream it anywhere. Although you can watch streams of me playing it because I've been streaming it. So I guess that's hey, streaming recommendation. Go to twitch.tv/frogpants and watch me live stream Desperados 3. I'm in the 4th mission or something now, and
that's funny.
It's exquisitely good. So there's my cheat for the week. Nicole, what did you bring with you?
I have 2 then for you because you did a cheat. I'll have one's going to be a show and one's going to be a movie. So we'll do the show first.
All right. Okay. Sound lovely. Hold on. Okay, I'm hitting the play here. Here we go.
Grandma! Grandma!
Welcome home, Jesse.
Please, bring her back. I'll do anything.
Anything.
Don't sing if you want to live long.
Oh, I love that song, by the way.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's the
You're
that's
dead,
the
you're
intro
dead.
to What We Do in the Shadows, the TV
Oh,
show.
right, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's not what the show is that you're
No,
recommending.
that's not this show.
Jesse. Oh, okay. Chat room just gave it to me. Yes.
Oh, it's Preacher.
Preacher
Yeah.
We're watching season 3. I don't know why. Did not like season 2. Kind of fell off of it. Mark and I were like, we finished What We Do in the Shadows, and I was like, well, what else are we gonna watch? I'm like, wow, there's 2 seasons of Preacher we haven't watched.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's any better. So, and at the end of season 2, I don't want to. You heard it in the clip. They're taking someone to Angelville, which is where Jesse grew up, and you get an inside look on how he was raised and what he had to do to survive. And there's voodoo, and this season feels very comic booky.
Oh, good.
Which is really cool. You see the devil, you meet God, you talk to God. Like there's a lot of just campy stuff in this season. I'm kind of loving it, and we're hooked on the show again.
I loved season 1. I just haven't gotten to season 2. 3's what you're describing sounds good. Should I skip 2? Like, is 2 just bad or what?
No,
2's all right. It wasn't as good as 1
okay.
though. I'll totally go.
Okay.
You
with
gotta.
that then.
I mean, you got to get through it to be introduced to the cowboy, Hitler, and
Cowboy Hitler.
hell.
Oh. Wait a minute. That sounds fantastic.
Right,
Cowboy
yes,
Hitler. Let's do it.
Oh, and like the whole the Grail is a big factor in all of this, and Humperdoo, you get introduced to Humperdoo.
Sweet.
So, yeah, you got to go through season 2. It's kind of like
There's
I said,
some setup, that happens in season 2. I haven't seen season 3, and you said 4 is out as well, finished as well.
3 and 4 are both on Hulu. Yeah, so
Okay.
just go back if you haven't. Go back. Season 3 is really good. I like it a lot.
All right. Nice. All right. What's your
Humperdoo?
What's your movie recommendation?
All right, here's your movie. It's actually a documentary.
Okay.
And where'd you check?
I like
There's it.
documentaries. Documentary.
I know you do.
Big fan. All right, here we go. Hit and play.
What I mainly felt watching the film, and I felt it all the way through, was, why didn't we do this? We would have had such a big hit.
Sure sounds like Spiner.
Does.
Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie.
Aliens thought that William Shatner was real.
A lot of Galaxy Quest is the truth about Star Trek.
It really does feel like a Trek movie because it has all the hallmarks of what makes a Trek movie work, which
Oh, dude,
I saw this on Amazon Prime and added it to my list, but haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah,
Either. I want to see it so bad. Is it good? Is it good as it looks?
I love Galaxy Quest.
Same.
So for me, this is like what they do on that show on Netflix where they say the movies that made us.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really long the movies that made us turned into documentary style. And Sigourney Weaver, they interview everyone, and
except I assume what's his name's not on there. I mean, they don't interview. He passed away. Snape. What's his name?
Oh, Alan Rickman.
Right.
Yeah.
They have a really nice piece talking about him, though.
Oh,
they have
that's
a
good.
lot of funny stories about him.
That's great. That movie.
So there's a scene that I guess Tim Allen, because Tim Allen and Alan Rickman were exact opposites.
Yeah.
And there's a whole scene where Tim's they want him to do an emotional scene, and he got really involved in it, and I guess he got really uncomfortable with it, and he's like, I got to go back to my trailer. I'm not used to these feelings. And Alan Rickman goes, I think you just experienced acting.
Nice. I love that.
So it's just a fun documentary, especially if you love the film, get all the ins and outs of how it almost became a drama. Like this movie almost didn't happen. How it was a flop at the box office because they tried to present it as a kid's film.
Yeah.
There's actually a scene where Sigourney Weaver,
Is it one where
her
she yells
character says
the
the F word,
Yeah.
and they just put something over it.
Yeah, it's great because I saw that in theaters and went, she just swore, but they covered it. I remember the scene.
Yeah.
She's in that one where everything's chomping.
The
and
chompers, chompers, yeah.
And she
They
just
talk about
goes,
that.
for something. I'm like, she totally F-bombed and they cut it out. So
Yeah.
you could tell that maybe they were aiming for an R rating at one point or whatever. Maybe the movie
I
talks
just think
about
they
that.
were just aiming for a fun movie.
Yeah.
Harold Ramis was originally the director.
Oh, no way. That's
And
crazy.
he was he stepped off of the project because he was very, I guess, gun shy about what happened with Bill Murray in, what was it? Something Island. I can't remember. Anyway, the documentary tells you all about it. I found it very interesting.
I'm going to watch this.
And he was taking it down a much more serious path.
Yeah.
And when he left the film. So
I'm very excited. This just legit is one I've been wanting to see, and I'm glad you reminded us. It's on my queue as well, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And this is
it's Amazon. It's Amazon Prime, right?
Prime, okay.
Amazon Prime is where I've been seeing it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
it's Never Surrender is the name of the documentary.
Perfect. It's like their thing. And then it's got Veronica Mars' dad's in there going, I'm so happy.
Oh yeah.
I love that guy. He's great. He was so
His
good.
name always Colatano or something.
Yeah,
Nicholas Colatano.
he was in he was in this season of Westworld. A very small role, but this little piece. I love that guy. Oh my gosh, you got me so excited, Nicole. What's this all about? Why am I so excited?
He actually has a whole story about how that all happened.
Oh really?
in his-
That voice? That
Did they talk to what's her name, Missy Pyle, about her crazy character?
Yes, that girl.
Dude, she's great.
He's in it. Yeah, they're all in it. It's
cool.
great. It's a really fun documentary.
Man, I can't wait. I'm so wanting to watch both of these things now. I just want to watch the movie again, and I want to watch that again. They're great.
I don't know
Enrico Colantoni. That's right. Yes.
Oh yeah, there you go. We always get him mixed
I
up
don't
with that
know
other
if
guy.
Galaxy Quest is streaming anywhere.
Might be.
Is it?
I don't know.
But watch the documentary.
Yeah, watch the documentary. You've all seen Galaxy Quest. If you haven't, you should. It's an amazing film. Should not even exist. Shouldn't have worked the way it works. It just works so well.
Yeah.
It's for us. That movie was for us, you guys. And you didn't
Currently
even know
not
it.
streaming, but you can rent it for $2.99 on Amazon or YouTube Movies or Google Play or anything like that.
I forgot Rainn Wilson was one of the aliens. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well, and then
before
you
The
have
Office.
what's his face? Moon guy. Oh God.
Oh,
yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
He
Yeah.
has some great interviews in the documentary.
He's so good. The Moon guy.
Moon guy.
You know, this great Oscar-winning actor named Sam Rockwell. We're going to call him the Moon guy.
But it was like one of his first movies.
Yeah, it was early for him. And
Justin Long. Yep.
I remember seeing that going, I'm not sure who that is, but he's going to be something big. And Sam Rockwell exceeded all expectations. Anyway, these are great recommendals. If you follow Nicole on Nicole Spag on Twitter, she'll have those there with links and everything. So I recommend doing that. Nicole, great stuff this week. Have a great week.
Good one.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye now.
See you, Nicole.
All right, we're going to haul ass to the end of the show today because
right.
we got to hurry.
Ooh,
But
yeah, you gotta go. Yeah.
You got a quick plug, though. You want to do this one real quick? Give us your plug.
Yeah, this is Dodd sent me this, and always love helping Dodd out. He says, there are many unsung heroes on the sets of your favorite movies and television shows. One of these is the location manager. Locations on 2 is a podcast featuring lively banter and stories from the trenches of production with the people behind the scenes on some of your favorite movies and TV shows. Welcome to the back channel where real work gets done on set. Locations on 2, available anywhere you get your other favorite podcast TMS.
That's perfect.
It's really good, and I've listened to an episode of this, and it's great. It is really good conversation, and he's talking. I mean, location managers are kind of these unsung heroes that go out and scout places where your favorite shows are shot, and they have to do all this crazy work to figure out, all right, well, this worked in this direction, and you don't see any buildings in the background, so we could use this. And
especially him in Atlanta and in parts of Georgia where everything is made now. Like you're going to get a real on the ground look at how that process works. That's very cool. Check it out.
So go check it out. Locations on 2.
I'm going to listen to that today, actually. I'm going to download
there you
that.
go.
All right. If you're looking for us and ways to support us and all that, frogpants.com/TMS. The reason I'm hauling through the end of this, Patrick Bejan and I, in about 10, 15 minutes, we'll be hopping on a live stream to cover the Avengers reveal today for the Avengers game, not the movie.
Well, I got to watch that.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. We don't get to do our E3 thing this year, so we're trying to kind of pick and choose stuff we can cover, and so that's one we're going to do. coming up on the hour right here at frogpants.tv or Patrick's channel as well. I think he's streaming it as well. All right, let's get out of here with a song. You have one. I want to hear it. Let's play it.
And leave it to me to pick a very long song for the close of the show. That's all right. Gerson Obregon wrote in and said, "Greetings, Mount and Dew."
I get it.
I didn't say it fast.
Yeah.
15 years ago, I started playing a little indie game. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called World